Kung malupit na mid-range phone ang hanap nyo, this is a solid option from POCO. This is the POCO X7 Pro at yung hawak ko specifically is the Iron Man edition nila at sobrang panalo ng performance at features ng device ito, especially for its price range. For context, yung Iron Man edition ng X7 Pro is priced at $22,999. It has 12GB of RAM and 512GB of storage. But you can also get the regular edition that starts at $16,999. That's 8GB of RAM, 256GB of storage. At kung gusto nyo naman yung top-of-the-line version, pareho na configuration ng Iron Man edition, that's $18,499. Ang difference, may kasamang charger out of the box yung mga regular edition, which is really wild to think that yung special edition pa yung nawala ng charger out of the box. So ang sabi ni Lea, kaya daw walang charger na kasama yung X7 Pro Iron Man Edition is because may arc reactor naman daw. Okay. So bakit ko ba nasabi na magandang option to para sa mga naghahanap ng mid-range phone sa simula ng 2025? Wala nang suspense, sabihin ko na agad, it has to do with first and foremost the performance of this phone. Naka-Dimensity 8400 ang POCO X7 Pro at yun na nga, yung review unit namin has 12GB of RAM and 512GB of storage. Now, if you look at our benchmark tests, you can see that it can post numbers close to phones using flagship processors like the Snapdragon 8S Gen 3 and the Dimensity 9400, and you can even see it go above when it comes to the multi-core tests. Kaya naman when it comes to price to performance, I don't think mabitin kayo sa phone na to, but you might be wondering, how does it handle games? We're happy to report na sobrang smooth ang gaming performance ng POCO X7 Pro. Genshin Impact actually defaulted to high settings, which we don't often see sa mga mid-range devices, and you can see that it performs super smoothly in the B-roll that we got for you guys. And if you play Wuthering Waves, which I know demands more from smartphones, smooth din ang performance sa title na to. And I was actually very impressed to see it running this good kahit na parang ang dami ng sumasabog na effects on screen. As far as temps are concerned, well, di na kailangan maging concerned kasi maganda ang thermal management ng device na to. And it's just so much better than the X6 Pro. Actually, after a 4-hour-long gaming session with Genshin Impact, it got a little warm, pero again, little warm lang. Very, very tolerable. Speaking of which, we started that 4-hour-long gaming session at 100% battery at ang ending nun, may 12% pa yung POCO X7 Pro, which isn't bad at all considering how taxing the game can be on smartphones. Pero pagdating sa battery benchmark tests namin, hindi masyado maganda yung results, 12 hours and 35 minutes. Pero sa real-world test namin naman, it lasted more than a day. But again, that depends with your usage. Okay, so na-cover na natin yung performance. So ano pa nga ba ang maganda sa phone na to? The screen on the X7 Pro is actually really nice. It comes in at 6.67 inches. Crystal Res AMOLED display siya. Crystal Res just means naka 1.5K resolution siya. So you have more pixels per inch. And of course, 120Hz yung refresh rate na standard naman sa price range na to. Peak brightness is also listed at 3200 nits at maganda naman yung sunlight legibility sa X7 Pro, kaya goods na goods to be used outdoors. You're also getting decent colors on the display of the POCO X7 Pro, kaya enjoy naman manood ng mga K-pop videos at mga bagong anime sa Netflix, which you can also enjoy at Full HD kasi widevine L1 certified ang device na to. Naka-stereo speakers na rin ang POCO X7 Pro, pero na-notice ko na matinis yung tunog niya at above 70% may distortion na, so yung sweet spot ng volume is around 50%, so take note of that. And usually, pagdating sa mga POCO phones, the first thing na mababa na yung expectation ko is the cameras. And just to give the specs sa mga hindi pa nakakaalam, you have a 50-megapixel main camera na may OIS, paired with an 8-megapixel ultra-wide and a 20-megapixel front camera for taking selfies. Note ko lang din na may tendency to overexpose ang phone na to, but if you dial down the exposure a little bit, maganda na yung output. Malaki din yung difference ng quality pagdating sa ultra-wide camera, and you can see na slightly over-sharpen ang images, pero nothing too bad na hindi mo na siya ipopost sa feed nyo. You also have to watch out for the portrait mode and reduce the amount of software bokeh kasi sobrang unnatural ng blurring kung di nyo papalitan. You'll still see some artifacting around your subject once you tweak your settings, but the results will be a lot better. As for the selfie camera, it produced good results, pero it does perform so much better if you give it some help by getting good lighting. As far as videos are concerned, here are a couple of samples. Alright, so quickly testing yung video ng front camera ng POCO X7 Pro. Yung max resolution niya is 1080p, 30 frames per second, so just take note. And medyo okay naman and mukhang stable naman ang footage using the front camera. I mean, wala akong hawak na gimbal and I'm just holding it at arm's length. So let me know what this sounds like as well. But I think it looks pretty good as is. Okay, so this is what video on the POCO X7 Pro looks like. Naka-max resolution tayo, so 4K, 60 frames per second. I don't know kung ma-fully appreciate nyo yung 60 FPS because I usually just render our YouTube videos at 30. But take note, 4K, 60 FPS. Pero that's only if you're using the main camera. Now, kung gagamitin nyo yung ultra-wide, that will default to 1080p 30, as well as kung gagamitin nyo yung super steady video mode, which will also lock you into 1080p 30. So take note na. Note ko lang din na may ads pa rin na visible sa HyperOS at this one pang casino pa. So yeah, definitely a con in my book. Now the last thing I want to talk about is the design of the phone itself. Now kung Iron Man super fan ka, obviously I think this phone is perfect for you. Maganda yung integration ng IP, hindi siya tacky or pilit. Saktong-sakto lang for something like this. I also like it that the case doesn't cover up the important elements at protected pa rin sila. But I highly suggest going for the regular version of the POCO X7 Pro here. Since classy pa rin naman yung phone, you still get all the benefits of the performance, and I forgot to mention na may IP68 rating nga pala yung phone na to in case maabutan kayo ng ulan or matulog kayo sa pool. Pero more importantly, it's because the regular edition has a charger out of the box. Alam ko walang kinalaman yun sa design or sa build quality, pero hindi ako makaget over guys bakit walang charger yung special edition ng phone na to. With that point aside, this is such a good mid-range phone to start the year off strong with POCO. So kung naghanap kayo ng bagong device at yung budget nyo is around 18K, ito na yung isang masasuggest namin na posibleng option. But that's pretty much it for me. Let me know in the comments what you think about the POCO X7 Pro. Are you as passionate as me when it comes to the charger not being included in the special edition? Bakit POCO? Bakit ginawa yun? I mean, nakabundle naman siya kung you buy early, pero kahit na, bakit walang, again, sorry, I'm going off tangent here. That's it for this video. My name is Tito James. Peace, God bless, and I'll see you guys in the next one.